Dear students, it's time to revisit salient features of glycolysis, the first step in plant respiration. We have learned that respiration is a multi-step process catalyzed by enzymes and the multi-enzyme complexes. In higher plants, it occurs in presence of oxygen and releases carbon dioxide, water in the form of vapors, and energy in the form of ATP. Through respiration, substrates such as fats, proteins, carbohydrates, and organic acids can be oxidized to yield energy. The overall equation of respiration is given, and depending upon if one talks about breakdown of glucose, it is glycolysis, and if one talks about breakdown of sucrose, it is sucrolysis. Glycolysis occurs in the cytoplasm and is the common pathway for aerobes and anaerobes. It is therefore a universal pathway. It is also known as Embden-Meyerhof-Parnas pathway. It is a conservative pathway. It occurs beside cytoplasm in plastids and on mitochondrial surfaces. It is a catabolic process with 10 steps. The 10 steps can be divided into two phases, the primary phase and the payoff phase. Out of 10 steps, 3 steps are irreversible. Glycolysis converts a 6-carbon compound like glucose to 2 molecules of 3-carbon compounds, pyruvate or pyruvic acid. ATP synthesis during glycolysis is through substrate level phosphorylation. The overall equation of glycolysis is shown. In our lecture on plant respiration, we have also learnt the importance of phosphorylated compounds that are formed during glycolysis. At least 9 out of 10 compounds of glycolysis are phosphorylated. We also have learned the importance of PEP, phosphoenol pyruvate, in the process of respiration. In glycolysis, this compound is converted to pyruvate through pyruvate kinase, but it can also be processed through other enzymes to form OAA or oxaloacetic acid, which can lead to the formation of malic acid. Both the compounds are important for Krebs cycle. Regulation of glycolysis is extremely important, and the bottom-up regulation of glycolysis happens through 3 major enzymes: PK, FBP, and hexokinase. The fate of pyruvate has also been dealt with, and in aerobic respiration, we know it leads to the formation of acetyl coenzyme A, while in the anaerobic respiration, we have the formation of ethanol or lactic acid. Whether it is breakdown of glycolysis to pyruvic acid or pyruvate to ethanol or pyruvate to lactic acid, the important point is that C is to H ratio will always remain same.